Hello and welcome back to Brightleaf Tarot. Today I'm going to do an unboxing and first impressions of the Tarot de Carlotydes. So this just came in the mail from Amazon and let's get into it. Let's take a little peek. Gotta find my way in. Alright, so this is a deck from Fournier. I like their cardstock. They're a little bit smaller than the US Games decks, but I find that's a really comfortable size to shuffle. I just finished binge watching Bridgerton, so I'm really feeling this image here. And then, I don't know if you ever have this issue where the tuck from the tuck box is getting stuck. You can take, and I'm going to point the sort of dull side of the blade towards the back and just pry it open that way, and it tends to open it without damaging these cardboard pieces there. I love that little eye. Great little details here. Very well thought out. This inside of the box is beautiful. Right. So we've got the title card. Oh my gosh, those backs are gorgeous. Title card, I guess other title card, and then stuffed in the middle is the book. So it's Spanish, English, French, German, and Portuguese. Oh god. Okay. I'm gonna just say this is not my favorite little white book. It's a little unwieldy. But, it's nice that they have translated it to all these languages. And, we'll come back to this at the end. I'll pull a card and we'll use this. Okay, I like the feel of these cards. They're thin, but they're definitely, that Fournier kind of playing card style. They aren't super slippery, but they slide nicely, if that makes any sense. You know how some cards you just drop them down and they all cascade away? I don't feel that here, which is good. And I like that size. Before I start, okay, I've put them down and picked them up 7 times. Here's a borderless Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and just for size comparison, the Fournier is shorter and thinner. But I think that'll be a very comfortable to shuffle deck. So, without any further ado, let's start. All right. So right off the bat, I'm going to say I really like these. I was a little worried because I could tell from, I was checking out people's posts on Instagram. I was looking at the art on other people's YouTube walkthroughs, and I personally really don't like digital art. I just feel like it's so flat and it doesn't have any personality. But up close in person, I think these are great. I think, they definitely have that style of digital art, but there's enough going on here. There's a lot of details that they don't have that sort of flat feeling that a lot of digital art can feel. And all art is great. I just personally prefer to see that, the little scratch marks of the artist, their real hand, sort of shown through the art, where sometimes I feel digital art just erases the artist's actual sort of artistic signature. But these are great. I love them so far. I love that they are both in Spanish and English. And I like that it's, not Roman numerals. I still get slipped up sometimes. Should I admit that? Sure, why not? I do, because I'm going to complain. I do wish that they were borderless, especially with the cards being smaller than a traditional tarot deck. But I think it works. It makes sense. I like the scratchy borders. They're not just like this perfect, clean square. And it makes sense to have a little border so that you can have the two titles. So I'm not mad at it. All right, let's see how it shuffles. Uh-oh. Do you see that little bend? That looks like that's exactly where the book was in between these. So hopefully that comes out after shuffling. All right, yeah, they feel nice. Very snappy. They riffle really well. Overhand, no problem. And I do like that the deck's backs are reversible. Plus, they're just beautiful. And yeah, I definitely am getting I'm sure it was not meant to be at all, but I'm I have Bridgerton on the brain, so I'm seeing what, ooh, okay, cards flying. But I'm seeing what I would classify as Regency outfits here. Queen of Wands and Eight of Swords is what jumped out. So let's use that book. This giant, boring paper book. Okay, give me a second to find English. All right. So the Eight of Swords. Normal position, crisis, calamity, imprisonment, criticism, sickness, calumny. Okay. I'm not making that up, right? In editing, I'll figure out what that word means. Calumny. Reversed position, treachery in the past, difficulty, depressed state of mind, disquiet, and fatality. Woo, that's tough. All right. And Queen of Wands, normal position, a sympathetic and understanding person, honorable, friendly, loving, practical, full of feminine charm and grace, gracious hostess, sincere interest in other persons. Reverse position, assiduity. Am I getting ready for the SATs? Assiduity. Deceit, possible infidelity, unstable emotions, fickleness, opposition. Man, what an assiduity. So yeah, I think this is going to be a great addition to my collection. I definitely see myself working with it, and already that little, just a couple shuffles, looks like it kind of got rid of that gap in there, and so I'm sure by shuffling it more, that'll help even more so. And, you know, whenever I see the deck kind of curving this way, I will pop it out, you know, when I go to riffle it, just to sort of like put that flex in that opposite position. And, you know, the opposite is true. If I saw that sometimes I get a deck that's curved the other way, then I'll flip it and I'll riffle shuffle it face card up. But yeah, I think that's not going to be an issue. The cards are thin enough and snappy enough that I think they're going to recover just fine. I love this size. Yeah, I think that's like such a cute little size. Definitely can't wait to use this more. But overall, I'm definitely impressed. And, you know, my reservations about the digital artwork totally were for nothing, because this deck is beautiful. I love these images. They're very sort of like dreamy, sketchy, you know, in the way of like, you know, it feels very like hand drawn, even though I know that it's not. And I love just the symbolism that they have in here. It goes along with like a very traditional Rider-Waite-Smith kind of, as you can see, imagery. But, you know, it does deviate just a little bit. And I feel like that sort of refreshes it for me. And it makes me excited to try using a new deck with some new imagery. The Hierophant, that's kind of fun. I've said it before in other videos, the Hierophant can be a card that's hard for people to really sort of like unpack and delve into, especially if you have any history of sort of religious trauma or just to kind of religious uncomfortableness. And I think, you know, putting the Pope in this kind of funny position will help to sort of like free you to see it from a new perspective. I also loved that, you know, I'm like, are these just horses with sticks like ribboned onto their heads? I love that. All right. Thank you so much. It was nice to chat with you again and show you this deck. I hope that you liked it. And if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps. And that's it for today. And I'll see you again soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.